I'm back out this morning with Rem in the 4570, and I've just walked into the paddock I want to hunt. There's a bloody stag walking through the paddock. I think it's the same one that Stu and I seen the other morning, but he didn't have time to get it, so I'm going to race down and try and get within range of the 45. Oh, there goes that idea. He's just gone into the bush, so I'm going to dump my pack and the big camera, grab the GoPro and get in there. Oh, you did so good. You did so good at finding him for me. So I just had that stag through the paddock and he crossed the fence. I didn't get any footage of that because I was literally running down towards him. I just dropped out of his sight and was absolutely charging down towards him. And I knew he'd come into this bit of gully here in the bush because I seen him cross the fence, so I knew the line he'd taken. I just come up here, put Rem in front of me. She's pretty much just walked up the side of the face here and then stopped and trotted down. And yeah, gone on point. And I couldn't see him at first until I got actually really bloody close and I seen him turn his head. That shot was like maybe 20 meters, but they didn't even know I was here, didn't know Rem was here. And it looks like the shot's a little bit far forward, but I didn't have many angles. And using the 4570, I think it should be okay. Oh man, it's gonna be a big day if I've got him, if he's down, but yeah. I had a quick look down there, I didn't see any blood or anything, so I dropped my pack at the fence line, so I'm just going to go back to the fence, grab me pack, and then yeah, get Remy on his trail and we'll go find him. Good girl. think I got it again. Get it, Rem. Yes, yes. Oh, good dog, good dog. Holy shit. Good dog, good dog. Oh. Good dog, good dog. You beauty. Yeah, those last two shots, they were in bloody close. Like, it would have been around 10 meters. So very, very cool. I was just sort of following Ram along, and there was absolutely no blood from that first shot either, which made things very difficult. But just followed Ram, and we'd come up above a nice looking wallow, and then yeah, she started really slowing down and indicating, and then I seen this thing's ass, and yeah, I was already in bloody close. And same thing, I wasn't being that quiet, but just from prior experience, I sort of knew that the deer are more worried about Rem. They just seem to lock onto her. Yeah, snuck in and got a good shot on him, and he's run maybe 10-15 meters, and Rem's just stayed on him as well, and I've just jumped up and yeah, got another shot into him and dropped him. So pretty bloody full on morning from seeing him in the paddock this morning to now. It's been a good couple of hours, so making it happen. So here's where the story gets a bit more interesting. So I dealt with that stag. I needed to get back to the farm to do some work and jobs, so I ripped its head off, got a little bit of meat and bailed out of there. Got back to the farm, did some jobs, came back home, jumped into the video editor. I had to work the next day, but I wanted to get some footage onto the computer. And as I was editing the video, I was looking at this clip right here where I'd set the camera up and I'd walked in front and shot him on that first shot. And I noticed that he had a distinctive tear in his left ear. Not sure if any of you guys picked up on that, but I thought, I better just double check this. So I went through the photos on my phone, and yeah, sure enough, the stag I got the photos with that I shot twice at the end of this video that you've just seen didn't have that tear in its ear. So worked an 11-hour day Tuesday. Baden called me up that afternoon and was like, what are you doing Wednesday morning? I'm going for a hunt. And I was like, well, I told him the story, said that there's another stag out there with a bloody 45-70 round in it. Luckily for me, he offered to come help, so we got up bright and early. Today's Wednesday, so we went out this morning, got to the spot, and we split up. I just thought that was a better option. I wish I hadn't done that because of how things ended up panning out, but basically I went into the bush at the sort of the shot site, and I'm looking around in the area, seeing if I'd missed anything, seeing if Rem could smell anything. Was turning up nothing. And about maybe 30-40 minutes into the hunt, heard a gunshot from Baden. We had these UHFs which weren't working. I was trying to contact him on the UHF and wasn't getting anything back. I just thought, oh, maybe he shot a fallow doe for dog meat or something, or he's, shot a hind. Anyway, I'm still looking around for my deer, and then I see him and Harvey coming back. So jump out and bloody have a chat with them, and I see he's holding this bloody stag head, and I was like, oh, good work, like, well done. And then he's like, yeah, like, it was just out feeding in the paddock, and I'm looking at the left antler on it, and I'm like, that antler looks real familiar. Has it got a notch in its ear, like a tear? And yeah, sure enough, it's the same bloody deer. So he shot it while it was out feeding in the paddock. That worked out pretty sweet, eh?
Yeah, good morning.
I wish those radios had worked though.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Could have come giving you a hand.
Oh,
2 stags in a couple of days.
happy time.
Yeah, so the bullet's scraped here, gone in there. Excuse where Baden ripped the back strap out. Hasn't hit anything crazy, and then he shot it a couple of days later. There's the notch in the ear that I should have noticed.